he said, "This is my house," basically. He
Yeah,
said, "What happened in his house?"
yeah.
It's look, man. We spoke. Let me just get this out the way. This is a prime example of a woman not allowed that doesn't want to have a man have any control over her whatsoever. None. Even though that's her husband, even though they're joined in union and he's the man of the relationship, she wants to have total and equal say on everything that goes on in their relationship. Everything. They're not, this is not a marriage, it's a business partnership. When y'all talk about marriage as a business, this is what y'all be talking about.
So you guys know the Gabrielle Union. She was with Shannon Sharp, and she was talking about that whole 50-50. You guys all seen that, right?
The
If you,
unions.
if you haven't seen it, then I'm gonna still play it in the beginning of this. I have clipped it up. It's just audio with a picture because I had some uncomplicated repercussions last time I tried to play some Shannon Sharp, so I had to remix it a little bit. So we're gonna hear Gabrielle Union transition and what Dwyane had to respond to it. The main topic is Dwyane Wade addresses 50-50 comments made by his wife, Gabrielle Union. I looked at some of the comments and we'll put it up there on the screen. She never would have asked to go 50-50 had he not thrown him owning the house in her face during an argument. This was definitely a trauma response. Marriage is about about us. Whenever you start using words like mine, you're in trouble. Somebody else says, y'all missing the "that's how she wants it" part. Knowing that she holds some financial power is her prerogative. And he's like, okay, if that makes you feel secure within yourself, then okay. That's the problem. I low-key feel where she's coming from. I work too hard for me not to have any real financial power here. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. And you still my man. Somebody else says, whatever makes them happy, they should do. Whatever makes y'all happy, y'all do. I'm the provider in the household. If my wife wants to work and make her money, I support it, but the household and the bills will always be 100% responsibility because she takes care of the kids and the house 90% of the time. And that sometimes works. That sometimes work more work than I do. Somebody else said, so because you made her feel unsafe in her time of vulnerability, she chose to make sure that will never happen again. Doesn't sound like marriage. Sounds like she's in survival mode. You guys,
Wait, what?
yeah, I'm gonna play the clip, man. See, what happened was I was supposed to read that after, but this whiskey started to kick in a little bit, so I had to miss that. Blame it on alcohol. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip. Hit that like button, family. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Here we go.
Oh, that my husband fine, very easy on the eye, and the women be like, man,
I don't
Auntie
think that's
Tab,
the
no
clip.
dick.
That whiskey, boy, I tell you.
Boy, whiskey's a motherfucker, man.
That whiskey is whiskey.
Yeah, whiskey vibes, man. Whiskey vibes, man. It ain't the whiskey, man. I just had a little miss.
We need the clip. We need the hashtag that whiskey vibes.
Here we go, y'all.
Struggle with that. Still, just because I think I just have more responsibilities, for my money. So I get nervous, like, oh God, that movie didn't open, well, what does that mean? Am I gonna have enough to hold everybody up? And everyone's like, it's coming, like, calm down. And I'm trying to find peace in the journey, not using my anxiety and scarcity mindset to be my engine, which is hard. It's weird to say I'm head of household because in this household, we split everything 50-50. But in the other households that each of us have to support, it puts there's always this like gorilla on your back that it is like, you better work, you better work. You gonna sleep in? Somebody might not eat.
50-50 in our household is, first of all, let's say I have 20 to 50 responsibilities.
Right.
And my wife have 20 to 50 responsibilities. And when I say that, that means she has a mother, she has her sisters, she has her dad, she has a lot of things that she's responsible for.
Right.
You know what she does?
Right.
She pays 100% of that.
Right.
You know what I do? I pay 100% of my life. When our life come together, my wife is a working actress
Right.
who spends time away from the family to go work,
Do our job.
build.
Right.
We decided together, because I think I said one time we was in Miami, I said something about it being my house that I paid for. My wife looked at me, she was like, you will never say that to me again when it's something that we share. And so my wife was like, that when we moved to LA, I got half on it. You will never say my house again.
Wow.
She said, you can say that in the arena. And so
wait.
in our life, our home, 50-50, we purchased it together.
Right.
Our daughter, anything that goes on with our daughter, 50-50, we share it together. Right. Now, it's some things I pick up versus some things she pick up, but she does something I do something.
Right.
If we take a yacht trip, we could do it 50-50, or I can do it myself. But my wife is a working woman.
Right.
She's a boss and an independent woman in her own life.
Right.
She's like, I'm gonna put, you know what, that little 200 that you was gonna spend on this, I'm gonna throw something else on there and we're gonna go on a bigger trip. We're gonna ball out. Like, this is my wife.
Right.
Right? Like, I don't know about y'all, but I like having a wife that's like, that's cool, you can do that. The house we live in, thank God, in Hidden Hills, nice house.
Right.
Whatever millions. We could have had a nice house on my 50% too.
Right.
It'd have been nice.
Right.
She was like, no, let me put something else on and let us live a little different.
Oh, yeah, they got a little bigger.
So we probably share 3 things in our life that we 50-50 on.
Right.
Everything else, I'm 1,000%, and she's 1,000%.
Right.
And so we decided that certain pieces of our life we would share in it.
What did he say he said to her?
He said, "This is my house," basically.
Yeah.
What happened in his house?
Yeah.
Yes, look, man. We spoke. Let me just get this out the way. This is a prime example of a woman that doesn't want to have a man have any control over her whatsoever. None. Even though that's her husband, even though they're joined in union and he's the man of the relationship, she wants to have total and equal say on everything that goes on in their relationship. Everything. This is not a marriage, it's a business partnership. When y'all talk about marriage as a business, this is what y'all be talking about. This is exactly what y'all be talking about when y'all say marriage is a business, because they move like it's a business. But answer me this question. If he purchased a house and he say this is my house, is he lying? Is he being dishonest? Is he telling the untruth? Or she simply doesn't like the fact that he can say this was my house?
Actually, Ricky, I got another question to that, because JR read the comments before then, and they were talking about how he exclaimed that was his house in her time of vulnerability. What made him have to say that was his house?
No, I'm gonna say let's not even go there, because he didn't say it was an argument, did he? Did he say it was an argument? He didn't say it was no compromising position. He could have been saying it as a joke. You know, this is my house, bitch.
Well, that's true.
Right? What people do is and this is what y'all ladies do. This is what y'all ladies do, right? Y'all stretch the situation in y'all imagination to fit y'all narrative like it was done in a negative way or a hurting way or a threatening way, when nobody understands the context of what really happened. But what's true and what's false? If he paid 100% for the house, isn't it his house? If he wrote the check for it the same way, if you paid for your car and you got a husband and he never paid any money on your car note, ain't you gonna say that's my car? You ain't gonna say it's our car. That's a habit you gotta form. It's your car. You the one who driving it every day to work. You the one paying a car note, right? Right? Or am I off?